What's going on, y'all? Wanted to do a quick review on my 2022 Z2s. Stay tuned. Alright, introducing R2 and D2. Those are stickers I had to put on it because these are both 2022s, like I said. They both have roughly 650 hours on them. And to tell them apart, my wife and I thought it'd be kind of cute to put little stickers saying R2 and D2, and that 2017 model over there is just plain old Z2. So Z2, R2, D2. So these guys come equipped with the 52-inch decks. You can't really tell because the stickers came off of them when I was washing them one day, but that's what they are. And they're paired with 28 horsepower EFI Vanguard engines. And they also have the all guard systems on them, which is great. I love it. They also come equipped with LED lights in the front and the back. Actually, they don't come equipped, but they are equipped. I installed those. I'll show you what those look like. That's the front. Got them on the back. Like so. Also have these little pads I added. Helps with foot fatigue. When you're spending many hours on them standing up, helps a lot, I think. Also added trash bag and these magnetic pins right here. Just makes it a lot easier to change height positions. The only problem with the ones I picked here is the 2 1/4 and 2 1/2 inch heights doesn't work. So when you put it in that position and you go down, the mechanism hits it. But that's not a big deal because I normally don't cut that low, but if I do want to cut that low, I still have the factory pin that I can, put in the 2 1/4 or 2 1/2 position when I need it, and I'll just put this in the place right here. So I also added chute blockers on all our mowers. These are exclusively made for Ferris Mowers. They don't come on with the mowers and you can't get them from the dealerships. I can put the information in the description where I pick them up. Guy out of New York builds them. And they work really well. They're solid. Had no issues with them. Let's see, what else did I do to these guys? I think that's it as far as add-ons. Trash bag, magnetic pin, LED lights, chute blockers. Let's talk about the hydro system on here. These come equipped with the 3800 transaxles. They have an oil cooler on them. They're basically the same thing like the 2017 models or the older models, which come equipped with the 3400 series. It's the same wheel motor. The only difference is they added an oil cooler. The only issue I have with this system here with the oil cooler is that you have to change the oil one wheel motor at a time, rather than the old system where you can just drop the oil on both wheel motors, change the filters, add oil back into the reservoirs, and you're done. With this one, you have to do one at a time. There's a valve. You have to select which wheel motor you're using, and you have to pump oil from the quarts of oil or from your jug of oil into the system through here. You can't just pour it through the reservoir whenever you're doing the hydro service on it. So what you need for these mowers is a pump like this. It's about 40-45 bucks. It can't exceed 10 psi according to the manual, and basically you have to pump the oil out of your jug and into each wheel motor. Now once you do the service on it, it's fine. If you need to add any oil, you can add it through the reservoirs if they go low on you. But during the service, you have to do a series of steps, I should say, to change it. You have to do one wheel motor at a time. I did a video on it. I'll put it right here, and you can watch the procedure on that if you like. So I really like these Z2s. I started out with this one years ago. It's a 2017 model with about 1,600 hours on it. Love this little mower. I did have to replace both wheel motors after 1,000 hours. Still totally worth it. I think I only paid close to 7,000, 7,500, something like that. It was a demo with 39 hours on it, and I think it was roughly $3,000 to replace both the wheel motors when they went out, but it's still totally worth it. Ended up buying this one. Like I said, I think it's a 22 model. I think I ended up buying that in 22 or 23, I don't remember. But bought it, and then a few months later, a friend of ours wanted to sell theirs with only 6 hours on it, so went ahead and bought it from off of him. So actually the serial numbers on these guys are one number off from each other. So one was built right after the other from the factory. So I really love the Vanguard engines with the oil guard. Real easy to change the oil in these. Just unscrew the cap. There's a filter right under it. Just twist and pulls right out. Holds 5 quarts of oil outside of the engine. 1 quart stays inside. To drain it, you just pull this little hose, put it in your jug. This little valve right here, you just unscrew it. Take this dust cover off right here. Drain all your oil out, put your dust cover back on, tighten your valve, and it just hooks right there on that little thing. 5-minute oil change. You only have to do it every 500 hours or once a year. Worth every penny. I think it's like $1,000 extra for that setup, you know, to get the EFI with the oil guard system. Totally worth it in my opinion, though. So the back tires, they come with Turf Masters on it. It's a 23 by 10.5 by 12. And the fronts come with the no flats, basically airless tires. So you don't have to worry about a flat on the front. The only other complaint I have about these mowers is the controls up here. They're exactly the same design as the old ones. They feel the same, they operate the same, but for some reason both of these have a lot more pressure resistance, I should say, compared to the old style. And I don't know if it's just because this one has 1,600 hours and these have 650 hours, but from day one these have been like a lot stiffer on the controls versus the old ones. And I can't really say because it's the wheel motors, because those have been replaced at 1,000 hours. So technically all the wheel motors have about 600 hours on them. I'm not really complaining about these at all as far as the way they feel. It's just that this one feels that much better. I started out with this one, and this is what I wanted to buy another one for. I wanted the exact same thing, and it's different a little bit on both of these. So a little disappointed in that, but no deal breaker by any means. Overall, great mowers, no complaints. Roughly these things go anywhere from $11,000 new to $15,000 new, depending on where you buy it and what time of year it is. So with that being said, I will be selling these two, so if anybody's interested, give me a holler. The only reason I'm selling them is because I want to get a Z3X, which is basically the next step up. I want to have a 60-inch stand-on mower, a 60-inch sit-down mower, which I already have, and I'm gonna keep the 52-inch stand on, and also have a 52-inch rider. So that's basically the reason I'm selling them. Plus, while the hours are pretty low on it and they're fairly new, I should be able to sell them and get enough money to have a sizable down payment on a new Z3. So if anybody is seriously interested, give me a holler. Y'all take it light.